One of the big mistakes people make when they go in looking for 1911s is they don't even know what to ask for. They all look the same. Well, in a 1911, what sets them apart is the process of how they manufacture the frame. And there's no better way to make a 1911 slide and frame than with a forging.
Hello, people. Today we're going to talk about another one of Ernie's handguns. This is Ernie's rat rod, as he put it. He loved 1911s, he loved military style weapons, and his pride and joy was this 1911 and his Springfield M1A. Now, I think it is so funny that he used an old military magazine in this gun, although I gave him brand new magazines. This is from a company called MS Little out of Connecticut, and they manufactured these during World War II for the war effort. But Ernie got a hold of that magazine unissued, as do a lot of people, and they're really quality magazines. So one of the things you can do to test the quality of a magazine is to put your thumb right on the tip of this follower. This is not the most comfortable method, but it's effective, and it tells you what you need to know. Put your thumb on the tip of the follower here and push down, and if the follower drops in a uniform fashion, then you've got a good quality magazine. And this is a stellar magazine for being 70 years old. Anyway, he also preferred the lanyard loop mainspring housing. This is an old military issue mainspring housing as well. Oh, so let's talk about that. What was that? Well, if you're a 1911 enthusiast, you know that from this point, with a magazine out of the gun, when you pull the slide to the rear, that action should drop the slide stop so that it can come forward. And it's catching in this case. It's catching right on the tip of it's not pushing the slide stop down all the way. There we go. We got some focus. It's catching. See how it's catching right there? That's because Ernie uses a shock buff on this full-length guide rod, and since this pistol is of an age where they really weren't manufacturing this gun with a shock buff in mind, then we have that issue there. So Ernie had this customized back in 1992. He purchased it in 91 and gave it to a gunsmith, several gunsmiths in fact, over a period of years to have it customized. And although he was doing that, he really wasn't using the most modern, the most fashionable parts, because that's just the kind of person Ernie was. You know, he was doing it on the cheap. There's nothing wrong with these millet sights. They're just not as desirable by shooters anymore. You know, this thumb safety and grip safety, a lot of people don't find those as comfortable today, but that's what Ernie loved. And these grips, you know, Ernie had a big hand, and these grips facilitated a good grip for him. You know, he didn't like the wooden grips, the traditional wooden grips. But regardless, it's accurate and reliable. He had the ejection port opened up, as you can see there. The barrel was tuned. This is the original factory barrel. So there is a little bit of movement there, but not a lot. You can see it drop right there. So the gunsmiths that did the work installed a national match bushing. That's a military national match grade bushing. They installed a commander-style hammer. I'm having a problem focusing here, aren't I? Commander-style hammer with a matching sear and a new trigger. And it is a phenomenal shooting pistol now. Erni did not spend a lot of money on this gun, but that's the kind of guy Erni was. He was building this on the cheap, and like a lot of people do. And in the end, after finding a good gunsmith that was willing to do free work, which is incredible, Erni ended up with his ideal 1911, and this was it.
Passport, please. How long you will stay out of country?
Not too long.
What is purpose of your trip?
Pleasure.
How much money you carrying?
Not too much.
You may go. How was your trip?
Great.
Anything to declare?
Passport, please. How long you gonna be out of country?
Not too long.